Today guys, let's take a quick look at some of the most awkward and strange face-offs you will ever see, including the guy who was so hard, like he was hard in his pants. Face-offs are already weird as they stand so close to each other and just look deep into each other's eyes, just for the picture, and also to intimidate the other guy a little bit, but these go way beyond that. But first, please give this video a like as it really helps me out. Let's get started. After making his long-awaited comeback, Tyson Fury was set to face off against Sefer Seferi, and nobody gave Seferi a chance, and even Fury thought the fight was a joke, or he made it seem that way during many face-off moments. Like first, he picked him up like a baby. Then, during the actual fight face-off, Fury overcommitted to a kiss, and Seferi wasn't backing up, and even stepped up to kiss the much taller man. Fury backed up smiling since he didn't actually expect Seferi to go full out with his chicken game. He continued doing some clown moves during the fight until he actually stepped it up and forced Seferi's corner to throw in the towel.
Tell of how sharp he's looked, how fit. Inviting Seferi to come well for a big man.
Yeah, no, he does. How good shots, good effect.
And I think it's all over. It is.
Henry Cejudo calls himself the king of cringe, and he certainly lived up to that during his face-off prior to his fight against Dominic Cruz. I mean, what the hell was that?
You gonna show up tomorrow?
Cruz started laughing, and of course Dana couldn't hold back. This was just kind of dumb and extremely awkward. How do you go about having a proper tough looking face-off after that thing? They tried to make it happen, but they were just holding back their laughter. Cejudo crushed Cruz during the actual fight, kind of doing what he said he was going to do, except he used his knee instead of his foot.
Yeah! Big knee from Cejudo! Trouble here! Gotta fight back! That is it!
Sergio Pettis is now the Bellator Bantamweight World Champion, but back in 2013, he was making his UFC debut against Will Campuzano. Campuzano said that he was going to make the fight really hard for Pettis, and he would run right through him.
Bantamweight action, ladies and gentlemen, Will Campuzano and Sergio Pettis!
Pettis was able to easily win that fight by unanimous decision, and he posted the picture making fun of Campuzano. Fighters like Mike Tyson and Brandon Rios have said that fighting gets them aroused, so this isn't that weird in the fighting world, I guess. But I mean, they're not even fighting yet. They haven't even started the fight. But I guess Campuzano is just imagining the pain he is going to feel and the pain he's going to dish out. It's just weird all around, because it's so obvious with the color of underwear that he chose to wear. On the fight card between Pennington and Nunes, we had a fight between Mackenzie Dern and Amanda Cooper, and during the face-off event, we had the awkward left-hanging cringe. That was pretty bad. You could see Dern's face starting to turn sour, but luckily Cooper saw it, and in the end they shook hands, but that wasn't it. Dern got real cocky after this first handshake, and she decided to go for another one. You almost had a full-blown disaster the first time, and you decide to try and pull it again? Well, that time Cooper didn't look back. It looked like she was expecting something, but Dern took too long, and the moment was gone. Dern got her back in the fight though for making her look dumb by submitting her in the first round.
Cooper forced to give up the back. Cooper trying to fight hands, there's the tap!
Paige VanZant made her bare knuckle fighting championship debut in July of 2021, and her first opponent was said to be Britain Hart. And at the face-off, VanZant felt that Hart walked up to her a little bit too fast and thought that she was going to pull something, so she put her hand on her throat. Hart got really offended by this and kind of pushed her away while yelling at her that this is her ring, that this isn't the UFC, and that she's going to destroy her. The awkwardness came up when she pulled out the old playground rule of you're cheating. Know the rules. You can't use MMA here.
So you got it twisted. You got it twisted. You wanna fucking fight tomorrow? This ain't fucking MMA. You can't choke.
Hart wanted to act tough, but she just doesn't have it down. Her trash talk is just pure garbage. VanZant was just smiling back, basically mocking her. Then at the end, VanZant touched her shoulders and Hart loses it again, failing at trying to look tough. The fight though was won by Hart via unanimous decision.
Hart now working off of the back foot, stepping in with the three-punch combination.
Nick Diaz moved over to Pride in 2007 and faced off against Takanori Gomi, and the face-off was just weird.
Is it bonus to face the crowd first? Face the crowd, the crowd. Nick's ready to go.
Diaz wanted his old standard face-off of getting close and trying to intimidate his opponent. He was trying to find a reason to get angry so he would fight better in the actual fight, or have something to fight for. While Gomi looked bored to be there, he backed away while not even looking at Diaz and just smiling, while Diaz was mad dogging him. It was brutal. Diaz didn't end up needing to get angry as he beat Gomi with a Gogo Plata.
Oh my God! Oh, Scott, right to give a
This guy is really explosive. He's extremely athletic and pulls crazy moves in the fights and at the face-off, and his name is Michel Pereira.
172 pounds. Michel Pereira forfeits 20% of his purse.
He tried to play off the fail, but everybody knew he messed up. He knew he messed up. I don't know if him doing those, whatever you call it, where he is flopping back and forth, helped the situation or made it worse. I actually kind of think it made it more awkward. Then Connolly was laughing the entire time and was trying to hold back the laughter hard during the face-off. In the fight, Pereira got beat up, getting outstruck at an almost 3-to-1 ratio. This wasn't supposed to be awkward, but Dana White made it that way after he didn't know how to react to Shane Young doing a haka dance during the face-off with Ludovic Klein. I kind of don't think that Dana knew what a haka dance was. I think that he thought that this was just a way of intimidating his opponent, like so many do by yelling. Then of course, being left hanging there is also very awkward, especially when Dana was trying to kind of force the handshake. In the end, Young was knocked out in the actual fight. We go back to the bare knuckle fighting championship as Nacho Hernandez decides to punk his opponent Chancey Wilson by calling him short, and Wilson has the creepiest reaction ever.
Main event, 115 pounds, and it starts, ladies and gentlemen, but it's gonna finish in the squared circle.
He was just smiling at him in the creepiest way possible until he pushed him. Hernandez then came back all tough, but Wilson just continued to smile. Hernandez wanted a bigger reaction so they could really get into it, but he didn't get it, so he just shoved Wilson, who, you guessed it, continued to have that killer clown smile. His smile finally went away during the fight, after getting beat up and the fight having to be stopped by the doctor.
Здесь в BKFC могут задержаться и что-то могут лидировать. Так что здесь, как мне кажется...
Anderson Silva was a genius in MMA, and he had an incredible run as champion, but he made the mistake of having the kiss of death in his face-off against Chris Weidman. Weidman is the one that started getting in there really close, and you know Silva isn't going to back off, so they got closer and closer until, well, they were just pecking each other. Weidman was the first one to flinch in this gay chicken scenario, but in the fight he came ready to go, and Silva did one too many cocky moves and got knocked out.
Head kick. Anderson. Oh, he got hit! Look at the finish! My goodness!
These fighters had to do something really special during the fight in order for everybody to forget about this terrible and awkward moments. Thanks for watching this video. See you next time.